All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to learn how to, or at least I'm going to show you how to install the foam on the Carver Amazing Speakers. Now keep in mind, there's 4 of these drivers in each cabinet. So what I did in order to save time on the YouTube video, I've already glued this one. So this one's ready to be glued to the frame and align the voice coil. But first, I want to show you how we're going to set the voice coil. As you can see in my previous video, I've already taken the liberty of cleaning all the old debris, the rotted, deteriorated foam and all that off. I used a lot of things like acetone, odorless mineral spirits, and actually what works best for the cone is just regular alcohol. And that doesn't damage the cone, and that loosens up the glue. And as you can see, my cone is all ready to go. It's all fresh, and it's good to go. So now we're ready to apply the foam. First what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue the foam to the cone. As you can see, here's our new foam. Okay? Now mostly speakers that you see, you know, the foam usually glues just like that. But in this case, these glue from underneath, which is kind of a little tricky. But it's not that bad. So what you want to do is you want to gently take the foam. It's kind of like putting a tire on a rim. You want to work it around till it's like so. You got a little pop. There you go. And as you can see how I'm working around, and you want to center it just like that. And check the voice coil. Don't worry about the voice coil, because you notice I didn't remove the dust caps. That way it keeps the speaker in its original form. You don't have the big giant sized dust cap, you know, the cover once you cut it off and shim it and whatnot. But what makes that possible is actually the glue we're going to use from Simply Speakers is awesome. This stuff works great because it applies quick and it gives you work time to center it before it actually starts to set up. So what we're going to do, as you can see, I got the cone or the foam pretty much where it needs to be. Now it's going to move as I go along. So what we're going to do is, now we're going to take the glue. This is the part that people are like, oh my God, am I going to screw it up? But nah, it's very simple. Take the glue, and what you want to do is you want to lift up. Don't lift up too bad. Don't lift up too hard, but you want to lift up just enough and scooch the glue in there. Now, it doesn't have to be a perfect bead, but what you want to do is you want to work that glue all the way around. And take your time, because you got, you know, it's not going to like dry instantly, so you got time to work with it. As you can see, I'm just slowly working the glue, you know, and you don't need to use a lot. As you can see, I'm gently lifting up the cone. It's just scooching that glue all the way around. And if you get a little too much, well, I mean, it's okay. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. But as you gently scooch it around, oh, and this glue does smell a little bit, so make sure you do this in like good ventilation area. But almost done. And just scooch it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a perfect bead. You just want to get enough in there to cover it, because once you smash it down, like I'll show you, when you smash it down, it'll all smear. As you can see, then I'm right at my end. So anyway, Then once you got that, then you want to gently work on it and just kind of center it. Like I said, you can see how I got the glue, and that's why I said it's not really important to get a perfect bead, because you can see how I'm mashing it around and it's spreading the glue out as I work with it. But you got probably about 10, 15 minutes to work with it, you know, and just kind of just keep going in and working with it. And then once you got it pretty much centered, like I said, it works pretty good. And you just keep working with it. And the more you work with it, the more it's going to center up. And you can see how the glue is actually spreading evenly as I work it. And as I keep working it, it's gonna start to set. As you can see now, it's starting to set. So you want just keep spinning around and just keep working it in evenly. And you can see sometimes it pops out on one side, you know. And then you can start, you know, just keep working it around. Oop, popped up there. So we can fix that. And like I said, this glue is good because it gives you plenty of time to work with it. And you just take your time. You know, don't take all day, but you know, just take your time and just gently start putting it into place. Now, it's not going to be exactly center, because you know it's not 100% perfect, but you want to get it as close. As you can see it's starting to set up now. And always, you know, make sure you don't have no like severe voice coil rubs. But I think what we got here is pretty good. Get a little, and you can flip it over, you know, and gently work your fingers around it. And you want to, and gently just, you know, tuck it down all the way around. And like I said, here again, you know, you got time to work with it, you know. And you flip it around, and you can see I'm pretty much centered. You know, now it's not going to be 100% evenly around, but you know, check. Yeah, here again, don't worry about centering the voice coil. We'll do that in our next step. But the main thing is, you know, get the cone as best centered as you can. And this glue does dry clear, so if you spill a little bit, don't freak out, because like I said, it dries pretty clear. And as you can see, I'm just gently going around and working it. And like I said, as I work it around, the glue is going to actually, you know, flatten itself out and cover itself, you know. like I said, you just got to work on, just work it as you, there you go, and see it starting to set. So, but I think we're pretty good here. You know, always check the voice coil. You know, and I think I'm good with this one. Everything looks good. I flip it over. You know, rub my fingers around the back side just to get the glue to connect. And you notice, if you look in here, you can see I don't have glue gobbing out because, you know, there's enough glue in one of these tubes to do 4 speakers. So a lot of people think, oh, do I have enough glue? You know, too much glue is just as bad as not enough glue. Once you get that even spread, like I said, you don't have to worry about that perfect bead, because once you work with it and flatten it out, it'll come out pretty much perfect. And there you have it. Now, you know, again, don't worry about the voice coil alignment, because I'm going to show you in the next step how to set the glue the frame. And good. So that's how you glue the cone to the frame. Now, normally this needs to set for at least an hour, hour and a half. Give it 2 hours best, maybe 3 hours. I usually let it sit overnight and come back the next day and do the frame. So this one's pretty much done. It's ready to go. So we're going to set this one off to the side because it's pretty much ready to go. This driver here, I've already took the liberty and glued the cone. So this one's already dry. This one's ready to go. As you can see, it's all glued. So this is the tricky part. So when you glue the foam, this is where aligning the voice coil comes into effect. And it's really pretty simple, because actually it's going to align itself. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue, same glue, and what we're going to do is we're going to carefully lift up, and same thing. We're going to put our glue all around the frame as we work. Here again, it doesn't have to be a perfect bead, because you got time to work with this glue. So we're just gonna get an even coat all the way around. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a perfect like bead of caulk or a perfect bead, but you don't want to leave any blank spots, and you don't want to squeeze the tube really hard, because the harder you squeeze the tube, you know, of course, the faster the glue is going to come out. But here again, we want to go all the way around. And I like to do like circle things, like circle motions, just so I know I get the glue all the way around. Yeah, keep in mind we're going all the way around. And you can see we just hit our circle. All right. Now the cool thing is what you want to do is you want to start forming the foam down. Work around. Notice how it's not sticking because the glue hasn't tacked up yet. You know, you want to get your foam in the position. It's going to start tacking down in probably a couple minutes. Well, probably not even that. As you can see how it's starting to stick down now. So this is good. And of course it's going to give me your fingers, but it's starting to stick. You can see how it's starting to be nice and starting to flatten out and stick as you slowly just work around. And once it's all the way down, of course I got a little glue on there, but that's all right, because the glue dries clear, so you won't see it. So anyway, now I've just tacked it down to the frame. Now here comes the important part. Make sure you have your fingers clean. But you want to, as you can see, look, I'm pretty much clear. So what we do is I have my signal generator already set up to about 800 megahertz. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and you can see the cone going up and down. Now usually what I'll do is I'll let it sit and go up and down. Notice it's quiet. You don't hear any scrapes. You don't hear any noises, whatnot. So while it's doing that, I'm just going to gently go around now that the glue's tacky. And I'm just gently going to push down on the foam so it can get its final bond. Just carefully while it's going up and down. You can see the cone going up and down. I mean, I can crank it up a little bit, make it go faster, you know. But you notice there's no rubbing of the voice coil. It'll actually center itself, which is really cool. And here again, while it's doing that, I'm just going to go gently around and just push down, because now my glue's starting to tack up. And just gently going around. And make sure it's perfectly straight all the way around. Do that while it's doing that. And what's good, because if you pull it one way, you're going to hear it scrape. And while it's doing that, every time it goes up and down, it's automatically wants to pull itself centered. This way, you don't have to shim the voice coil, cut the dust cap off, and go through all that. This way, it keeps the speaker originally as it looks. So, I think right about now, I think we're good. I don't see any spots popping up anywhere. And the glue is pretty much, like I said, the glue dries clear. And I think we're good on this one. I think I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I don't see any spots sticking up. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna just let this one sit. I mean, we can run it for a little bit. I can turn the frequency up, make it go a little faster, just to double check. Because this glue job, I mean, once it starts to set, it does set pretty quick, but it does give you a lot of working time. As you can see, the cone's moving, and it's free, and it's ready to go. So, and I'm going to check the gasket just one more time around. Everything looks good. Make sure your gasket's nice and flat. You don't have any bubbles in it. And I think we're good. So basically You can probably let it go, sit on the generator for probably another 5 minutes, but just to be sure. But other than that, I think you're good to go. This speaker's ready to be reinstalled tomorrow. Now, I would let it sit probably, they say that, you know, you can put it in the next day. Me personally, I like to let it sit for at least 2 days before I reinstall it back in the cabinet and crank into it. But I mean, it could probably go in tomorrow morning, but like I said, it's ready to go. As you can see, it's quiet, it's humming along, and I think that's all there is to do it. So anyway, if anybody has any questions, you can email me, or if you like this video, choose like, and if there's another speaker that you would like to see done, if I can do it for you, I'll be more than happy to you. All right, thanks. Have a good night.